Hi and welcome to Beatles Beatles channel. Today's video is the Beatles collection on cassette, so don't go away. So hello and a very warm welcome to Beatles Beatles channel today. Do hope I find all you fabulous Beatles people out there really well, and thanks for being with me again. Anyway, today's subject is the showing of the fabulous Beatles 1978 collection on cassette, which incredibly was released 44 years ago this year. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. Anyway, before then, it's time for So yes, it's on to them old shout-outs. So we're going to be saying hi to Wizards with Machinery, Leon the Fourth, hi Noel, Stephen Lang, Aretha Franklin Whitney Houston, hi Sarah, the Suffolk Shaver, David Rainey and Pete Terry. There's a big hi from yours truly, Beatle Dave. So on to the main event now today with the Beatles Collection box set on cassette. So please come and join me. So in 1978, EMI released the Beatles BC13 vinyl box collection just in time for the Christmas market on the 2nd of December. At the same time as the vinyl version was released, a 13 cassette format version was also introduced in an oblong box with the catalogue number TC-BC13. Initially, the bonus Rarities LP was supposed to be an exclusive to both sets, but in 1979, EMI decided to release the Rarities LP and tape independently anyway. However, the box Rarities version had the sampler not for sale details on the sleeve with the catalogue number PSLP261 for the LP and TCPSLP261 for the cassette. Also, the colour printing on the actual cassettes changed several times over the years, from blue, red, brown and then black. This is why in some cases there is a mixture of different coloured tapes within the same set, which would generally mean a crossover set. So let's take a look. So starting with the box itself then. So we've got the Beatles collection and the facsimile autographs all in gold. This actual texture of this box, a lot of the early ones had more of a smoother texture, a bit more like the EP collection which was released in 1981. But this one's got a sort of medium sort of texture, this one. And then we've got our gold hinges at the back of the box there. And we've got our catalogue number and the Beatles collection on the side. And I believe there's nothing at this end. And that's our bottom. This one's in really good condition. And on the inside, we've got our cassette holders, which holds all those cassettes all in the correct order. So starting with the very first cassette then, which is Please Please Me, and the catalogue number for this is TC-BC13 and you've got the artwork, the original artwork for the album there. Got the track listing, which is completely different to the original LP, and then you've got the spine. Let's take a look at the cassette then. In this case, this is a red one. And there's the second side. Very bizarre. This one starts with Misery instead of a Saw Us Standing There, which is about the 4th or 5th song, I believe. It's the 5th song there, I Saw Us Standing There. Very bizarre track listing. This is to stop the tape being of uneven length, or something like that. That's what they normally say. So on to With the Beatles then, and the catalogue number again is TC-PCS3045. And all of these cassette tapes have this black cassette box as well. That's the spine. And this one's a red cassette also. And that's side 2. And then we have our inlay. Very different track listing once again. In some ways, some of these track listings actually work out really well. It's nice to sort of hear them in a different order. Onto the wonderful A Hard Day's Night LP, catalogue number TC-BC13 Vastly different track listing on this one. Doesn't start with the actual song A Hard Day's Night. Another red cassette as well. These are all in fine condition. Lovely condition. Actual song A Hard Day's Night is on side 2. That's very bizarre. As I say, all these track listings are exactly the same as the 8-track versions as well. Onto Beatles For Sale then. The weary faces of the Fabs. And the catalogue number being TC-BC13 This one's a blue, and we got a blue cassette this time. Let's take a look at that inlay. Slightly similar track listing there, starting off with No Reply. I'm a Loser kicking off second side there, it's a bit strange. All of these have the EMI records, Hayes Middlesex England on these. And none of them have anything on the inside. So on to the fabulous Help album. Catalogue number TC-BC13 Once again, I think the song titles are all over the place. And then our inlay. Yep, we got I Need You, start kicking off side 1 and Help kicking off side 2. So on to the fabulous Rubber Soul album then. Catalogue number TC-BC13 And there's no exception with this one. We've got many different tracks in a different order on this one. And we've got a brown cassette. Kicking off with Norwegian Wood. That's a great song anyway, so just not as upbeat as obviously as Drive My Car, but still a great song to kick off with. Drive My Car being on the B-side there. So on to Revolver then. Catalogue number TC-BC7009. Another fantastic album, of course. And this cassette is another red one. And our inlay card with the album starting off with Good Day Sunshine. And a red B on the side too, kicking off. Very strange orders, some of these. Now, for whatever reason, EMI decided not to include a collection of Beatles oldies. I'm just going to include it here just to complete the actual set as it should be, I think, in my opinion. The catalogue number for this is TC-BC7016. And there's the spine. And this is obviously a blue cassette, this one. And then our inlay. So on to the one and only Sgt Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band then. And catalogue number on this is TC-BC13 And there's our spine. And then we have another red cassette once again. And our inlay. And folded out. Good to see that all the tracks on this album are in the exact order. So on to the White Album then, and once again we've missed out Magical Mystery Tour, which really should have been a part of this set, but sadly not, I guess because it was an EP in the UK and obviously an LP in the US. Catalogue number for this particular cassette is a little bit different than the actual album catalogue number, and this is TC2 PCS 4501. So that's the reverse. On the spine. And we have a red cassette once again. Number one's got slightly rubbed off there. Been played a few times. Sounds pretty good though. And the order, slightly different again. And then there's our complete unfolded inlay. So on to Yellow Submarine then. Catalogue number TC-BC13 I know a lot of people complain about one side being George Martin, but you know, I actually really do love the incidental music from the film. Really fantastic, sounds absolutely brilliant. Okay, we've got a red cassette there. And then we've got our inlay. All together now being a part of side 2 on this cassette. And our unfolded inlay card. So on to Abbey Road. Catalogue number is TC-BC13 This one's also quite a vastly different order. In fact, I think all these cassettes are all very, very different, except Sgt Pepper being the exception. Be interesting to find out who actually was responsible for putting all these in a different order. And then onto our inlay. Here Comes the Sun, kicking off side 1. And Come Together, kicking off side 2, followed by Because. As I say, some of them probably work, but generally it's what you get used to, I guess. So on to Let It Be then. Catalogue number TC-BC7096. And then onto the cassette itself. Side 2. This also has I Got a Feeling instead of I've Got a Feeling on the title there. And then the full inlay card. So on to the final cassette then, which is the bonus featured album, which is Rarities. And the catalogue number for this one is TC-PSLP261. And as you can see, at the top there at the side is the sampler, not for sale. And then we have our blue cassette for this one. And then our inlay card listing all the tracks. And there we are. So thank you all for joining me today, guys. Really hope that you've enjoyed what you've seen. Hope you've enjoyed seeing the Beatles Collection box set as much as I've enjoyed showing you. Let me know in the comments if you've got a similar box, perhaps with all the same coloured tapes, or you've got a crossover box like I've got. And I'll always come back to you as soon as I can as well. Next time I will be showing the Beatles UK red and blue albums on coloured vinyl. So be here, same Beatles time, same Beatles channel. Anyway, as always, if you enjoy what I'm doing, why not give us a like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. This is Beatle Dave signing off. Beatle Dave's Beatles channel.